button in here that allowed me to change what the stream said.
And where?
And OBS, forget what it
Go to
was.
docs and then go. Well, you don't have the same docs that I do. Weird. Maybe Stream Elements then. SC Live Doc. Media, TikTok. It's none of those. That's so weird. I don't know why I have different docs than you, but I think if you go, let me try to do it myself. If you go to your chat and you do dash game, nope. It's one. If these are all different commands, I'm pretty sure there's one I can change your game. But I have a thing that you can just. I don't remember what it's called. I'm looking for it now.
Sounds I'm not even logged in to Twitch.
Maybe that's the problem.
But if I go
Stream
to
information. That's what the doc is called for me.
I might not logged in, but it shows I'm streaming on Twitch.
You're streaming right now?
Yeah.
I didn't know my audio was being recorded, sir.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, I'm part of your desktop audio. You see how when I talk, it moves the green thing? La 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 la. In the club, we all fam.
No, I changed it before. I just don't know what settings maybe.
You can just change it and stream like Twitch and itself. Yeah, there you go. It's too generic. Think of something different. Put something like $10 in a dream. How many drafts can I get with these amount of gems, or something like that? Something that makes people want to go in there. You don't need no Google. I just told you.
What are you saying?
Oh, I said put something like $10, whatever many gems it costs, like 1,500 gems in a dream. See how many drafts I can do with just this amount of gems or something. I don't know if you're paying for coins or
I think I
gems or
paid.
whatever you do. Okay. And then you can put something like you playing sealed or draft? Because 2,000 gems is sealed. All right,
Oh,
draft is like 1,500.
well, that's
Or I guess you could put how many gems? How many you got? Only 2,000 gems right now?
I mean 5,000.
Oh, okay, then just put 5,000 gems on a dream. MTG Avatar draft. Yeah, draft. There you go. Can you hear me, Vapor? By the way. filtered out on OBS, but not in just raw microphone. So I want to be vaping on your stream.
I be vaping all the time.
Oh, okay. Bernie says it pisses her off. So
Shit.
like while I'm partying and I'm like vaping in her ear or something. She's like, can you stop that?
I think I'm gonna go with aim. I don't know. I like the
Oh,
blues.
let me pull up your stream, or share your magic window instead of this one. That way I have no delay. All right, two heads are better than one. Let's see if we can get you a trophy.
Look
This
at
is
white.
sealed.
Yeah.
Oh, you said draft. Okay. So I played two yesterday. One was Azula and one was Katara. I like Katara a lot. Um, now remember, you're gonna get like I think 2 packs of whatever the character you pick. So um, I have found that the white ones are pretty strong. The ones that are the ally synergy is kind of cool, and the green ones seem pretty cool. Um, Blue was
Those cards
okay.
are pretty good.
Mhm.
Zuko's cards were pretty good too, because he had a lot of fire bending
Yeah,
in
but
there.
Firebending, like you have to have things that can actually like you can take
Use them
advantage
with
of the
yeah.
mana because the mana only lasts to the end of combat. So you have to be able to like it's either instance or like a lot of the cards, like a lot of the Firebending cards. There was one that like adds counters to itself, right? Stuff like
Yep.
that. So you want to have stuff that you can take advantage of having that extra mana. Because if you don't, then there's no upside to it.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go white.
White, yeah, I like the white. Yeah. All right, let's see. I legit thought you were gonna open one at a time. All right, so these are your rares and your mythics, right? So like, doesn't mean you have to build around them, but like if you have a lot of them in the same color, then maybe that's kind of a indicator to go towards that. This Katara card, if you get a lot of good allies, can go crazy. So you might want to like in drafts and sealed, any limited format, you want to play all your bombs that you can, and then like as long as your mana allows it, right? So uh, that's an ally. So like that Katara card would double it. So when it enters, airbend any number of non-land permanents you control. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, create a 1/1 ally. Okay, that seems pretty cool. So like if you do that, you're gonna exile your cards to like save them because it's a flash card. So like you can use it like if somebody's gonna destroy a creature, you can use it to save it or stuff like that. That seems kind of cool. Yeah, I think you're definitely gonna be in white. Now what colors you're gonna pair with it? Uh, we'll have to see how your we'll have to check your pool. You still there? Okay. So one of the first things I like to do before I just do that, I like to exit, get rid of the search, and then this might help you down in the future. So hit the gold cards. If at top you see the gold, those are your multicolor cards. So like that's just look at them, right? Look at them first. Just have an idea what kind of lands you have that can help you play different colors. La Fixin is like okay, I guess in the set. Um, this one's kind of cool. Okay. So I think like your big two are those two Kataras that are the big two that are kind of good for you. even that wandering musician isn't crazy. I mean, because if you have Qatar on the field, it doubles up, and you don't have to use red. You can use white or red. So that's quite a bit of cards are currently like that. So some of the things that you definitely want to have, other than just the synergy with allies, is like removal, ramp, uh, and evasion. So removal are cards that like destroy or permanently or just temporarily get rid of a creature. You also want to have ways to draw cards, and then you want to have cards that do like flying or like some kind of way where it's hard for them to block. Like if you're gonna get advantage with cards, you want them to use their cards to get rid of your cards. You know, so like that's a good thing to have. Flying is pretty good. With these sealed formats and drafts, like a lot of time if you go like a white blue flyers and the other person didn't really plan on fighting against flyers, it's over, right? Because if they can't block any creatures, just imagine if you had a card that says all your creatures are unblockable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So that, by the way, that's the blue one that you get if you choose Katara.
yeah, I have that one already.
Yeah. The cool thing about the ally cards that create more allies, it makes waterbending easier because you can tap creatures or artifacts to use waterbend.
Yeah,
So at this point, what I usually do is I go through all the cards and anything that seems mid or better, I'll throw in there, and then I kind of like sort out and take out cards because you do want to be close. Personally, you want to be at a 40 card deck. 16, 16 lands is normally okay. It automatically puts 17, but you could always remove one. And we'll worry about the multicolor lands at the end, like adding them in. All right, what we got? Oh, they kind of like brought down the power of that card. I'm pretty sure it used to be 5 damage, or like cards with similar effects. But like that's removal for you right now. So if you plan on going through with the ally uh, theme, that first card, the Avatar Enthusiast, I have pretty good success with it. Like, unfortunately, it doesn't do anything immediately when it comes down. But like, if you have a lot of cheap creatures or ways to make allies for free, it can get pretty big and have to be something that they have to deal with. With it being 3 mana, like on turn 5, if you have 5 mana, like you could technically play one of them and then one of your two or one cost allies. How we doing? How we looking?
Not too shabby.
Not too
I got
shabby.
46 cards at the moment.
That's okay. We're gonna definitely cut it down. I was actually I don't know if it's good or not, but I was running like two, maybe three of those cards in my last allied deck because I was just like with allies you kind of want to kill them quick because a lot of your creatures are a little on the weaker side, so you kind of want to like always be doing damage, always be messing with them. So like that creature not only taps a creature but makes it where it doesn't untap next turn. So the stun counter stops firebending. Um, and also like if they animate one of their lands, well now they can't tap their land for mana or attack with it. Um, but it also lets you get in. A lot of times where they only have one defender that makes a difference between you attacking or not. You tap that one, and then you just go in. You know.
Yeah. All right. I got 15 cards I need to get rid of. Oh shit.
Yeah, we could do that. 15. All right, so let's make it big. So hit the plus. Yeah, that arrow. Sorry. Okay, so go to the search bar. Type in T colon the two dots. No, yeah, there you go, and then CR, and then hit enter. All right, now that splits up your creatures from your non-creatures. All right, so let's look at your creatures. So, um, you definitely want like some stuff going on at the beginning. Um, like as the sooner you can get on the board, like probably the better. When this creature enters, create. I mean, that one's pretty decent, even though it's just a one, but it gives you two bodies. That's like two things they gotta deal with. And if you have any ways to like add stuff to different creatures, this creature gets +1/+1 as long as there's a lesson in your graveyard. Do you have a lot of lessons?
You have a couple lessons. I got one, two, three, four, five, six, six lessons.
Six. Okay. Would you play that card if you had no lessons?
Yeah, because it's a flyer.
Okay. So 1/2 flyer for two. You saying is good enough without it being a 2/3 flyer? Okay, that
I
makes sense.
like flyers.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now you got some black creatures here. Or you got a black creature when this enters target opponent discards a card. I don't
I have
think like
two.
that's it's. I mean that one's technically a white one too, so like that one's okay, and it's an ally. Yeah, the other one wasn't even an ally, so like making somebody discard a card, they're just gonna discard their least powerful card. It's not like you get to pick which one. And then you have one called Pirate Peddlers. Which one? What does that do? On your 3 slot. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent plus counter. Do you have ways to sacrifice creatures?
Not really, no.
Did you grab it just because it's Death Touch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you need it. Especially if it's gonna like it's gonna be hard for you to cast. Now it looks like you might still have something that's black because it still has a swamp over there.
This
Maybe
guy,
it's just a
maybe?
fox bear. Maybe. we'll adjust the lands at the end, but that's the only thing that you black them. We're okay. Um, so how many creatures do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 22 creatures. Let's try to cut those down. So if you need 40 cards and 16 of them are your lands, that means you have 24 creatures and spells to play with. Let's say out of the 24 that 14 of them are your creatures, and we have 22 creatures. Let's try to cut down 7. I think the math was right. So it looks like your 3 slot might be a little. Hey, I want to touch your top end. I think your top end looks good. What does that Master Piandao do? Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an ally equipment or lesson card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest of the bottom of your library. That seems okay. The fact that it has first strike makes it a little better. And it's an ally. All right, now what kind of payoffs do we have for allies other than the trigger being doubled because of Katara? I mean, that was a payoff. I guess he gets bigger as you play allies. Whenever you cast a spell, creature +1/+1. Ally creature. Okay. Okay. I don't think you need that card. I'm not sure yet. Search your library for basic land. Okay, it's gone just like that. That's good. That's removal. Let's just set that one aside. Put it to the right of the lands, and we're gonna put all the removal over there because like that's pretty important in this format. Because with only 40 cards and 16 of them being lands, like imagine like that's what your opponent's deck looks like. If you get rid of the 7 creatures that they're playing that are pretty strong, that aren't filler, like that's it. What can they do, right? Like how do they win? So like I think that card and the 2 underneath it are they stay for sure. You put them over there with removal. Out of all your removal, Razor Ring is probably like your weakest right now, just because it has to be tapped and it can only do 4 damage. But destroy target artifact or enchantment. What does this do? Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control against indestructible. Um, I think it's okay as a lesson, and I don't know how good artifacts or enchantments are in this set yet. But I think having the option to remove stuff is kind of good. Mm. See, like I guess that card does replace itself, and it's technically a lesson, but I don't know if airbending the lesson is good enough for you to play. I mean, I guess it technically saves a creature, but it saves it, and then you have to pay it. But it does work on your opponent's stuff. So I guess I don't know. What are your thoughts on it?
Prefer that over the 2/2.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay. When this equipment enters up to 1 target creature, equip creature gets +1/+1 has flying. So it doesn't equip it to that creature because that creature's gone. +1/+1 and flying. But like most of your creatures already have flying. But I guess it kind of removes something for a turn. It's not terrible. It's definitely in the maybe pile for me.
Okay.
Oh, that seems decent, I guess. Each player chooses any number of creatures they control with total power 4 or less. So that means like all your creatures you pick, the combined power has to be 4 or less.
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe so.
That's kind of interesting because like in the ally world, like you want to just play as many little fuckers as you can and just like hit face every time, right? So I guess if they have something that's, it just really depends, right? Like, mm, I feel like you might be able to like keep at least one decent card out of this that we'll use in this. But the thing is, would they also be able to keep one decent thing card? And the double white while we're playing three colors, but I guess most of our colors are white. I don't know. I think I like it. I think you put it in removal because that's technically what it is, right? Just add it to the removal pile. What's Avatar's Raft do? That was kind of cool because that's like that buys you technically two turns, right? The turn you use it, you gotta tackle whatever you kept, and then the next turn, all their creatures are in exile, so they technically can't play it. So like I do like this card. I think with this, like anything that's that we see that's removal, we're probably okay. Not we don't even need it. What is create one ally? With the next one. I mean, if you think different than I do, make sure you, like you know voice your opinion, bro.
Going with the flow.
No, bro. Like this is a discussion. Not I'm not building this deck for you. We're discussing different cuts. Um, what ally for each plane that you control? Hmm. You have 6 planes total. So like, how many allies would you need to get out of this card for you to feel like you got your money's worth at five mana?
At least four. But with double it,
Four?
I'd get eight. Yeah.
Well, no, that's not an ability of an ally. That just creates allies, so it doesn't double it.
Uh,
So you would need at least four, which means that you would have to have four planes. So if you play this on turn four, you only have one other color, and your deck is a three-color deck. I think
yeah,
most
but
of the time you get two, maybe three. Would you be okay with that?
no, not for 5 mana.
Then I think we cut it. Because remember, like, if you want to play Katara on turn three, that means that your first three turns you want it to be like plains, island, forest, right? And that card costs five, so that you probably want to play it on turn five, or else like little one-ones don't aren't worth much. Let's say you play planes for the next two turns, that only gives you three planes, three allies. If three allies at 5 mana is not worth it, then I don't think you play that card.
Probably cut the
All right,
first time flyer because I have another flyer.
yeah, but one's at 2 mana, one's at 3 mana, which so like that one's a three. Okay, can be a 3/2 as long as you play a lesson. So how many lessons are we at now that we cut some cards?
Or regular. Four.
Four. And three of those four are cost two or less. Because remember, like it's a two cost creature, so technically you want to probably play it on two, play a lesson either on one or three. That way it could have its ability, and then you swing in with it. And you say you would still play it even if it was just a 1/2 or a 2/1. What is it? A 1/2 or 2/1?
A 1/2.
A 1/2. Okay. I think I would cut the compassionate healer, at least one of them, before I cut the first time flyer. That creature needs to attack, or I mean, I guess there's other ways to become tap nowadays because you have the waterbend abilities.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe you could set those as the maybe. Okay. So what else are maybes? I think you might even put razor rings as a maybe too. You have other ways to destroy creatures. It has to be underneath. Yeah, it won't combine. Just because we're splitting it up right now. So I think your ones and two slots might be okay. What do you have from the three that we can cut? I think that's one like your only payoff for playing allies other than Katara. Um, this is a 2/3. Entry scry one. That's not crazy. I mean, a 2/3 flyer for three alone is good. This one could be good. I don't know how often you're gonna use your prowess, but the vigilance is kind of nice. You had a way to put +1/+1 counters on stuff, right?
Yeah, this guy. But it's just
That's
till
not a
the end of
counter though.
turn.
Yeah,
This would be another +1/+1, but it already has flying.
yeah.
So maybe we get rid of it.
I don't know. Like that one has more potential than the Gilded Kids, in my opinion. But is the Guana Parrot an ally? But do we care about allies that much at this point?
It is not an ally. We could go back and see what else there is in the deck.
How about instead of like pick either the parrot or the Gilder Kids, and then add the third Avatar Enthusiast. You have a third one of those.
Gilded Kids.
So here's the cool thing about your flyers, right?
I don't see Gilded Kids.
um,
Oh,
glider. Sorry. Wait, don't get rid of it yet. Hold on, I'm thinking. I'm thinking. So you have the blue Katara, but you have the other Katara too. I mean the blue white Katara. That one says, uh, Waterbend X creatures you control have base power toughness XX until end of turn. X can't be zero. So imagine you tap all the creatures that aren't flyers, right? Excuse me. The other creatures that aren't flyers, making all the flyers bigger, and then you swing in with the flyers if they can't block them, right? So like I feel like maybe with that card you wanna like have all these flyers, like that seems kind of good. I don't know. At the end of the day, you have a lot of creatures, and we have to pick which ones are the best. So like, so maybe at that point we don't care about the compassionate healer. Like it can be gone. It does like the one that it's in the maybe. All right. This. Let's get 8 more cuts. And if that's our game plan to have creatures to tab, I think anything that makes either that makes multiples creatures or like replaces itself, like the fox bearer is good. It's an ally. If it dies, it makes another ally. You always have creatures that you can tap to add power to your flyers. You want to have flyers, so we have a flyer that's vigilant on turn one. We have another flyer in turn two, the first time flyer, which can only be get better if you have a lesson in your graveyard. We have the iguana parrots and the glider kids. That's good. The Avatar Enthusiast is might give you some beef on the ground in case you need a block with all these allies we're playing. Um, so I think those are good. What's the wall top sentry do? Yeah, that the same thing I was saying earlier. Like they have all these flyers and you can't block them. This is good. This is a reach. It's death touch. Like this alone is gonna keep so many of their stuff from just attacking.
absolutely.
I don't know. I don't know what else to cut. I know for sure you can cut those two swamps. And then I don't know. I guess you probably with all these double whites, you probably just want to add another plains, just to be at 16.
I need Razor.
I don't know, bro. What are your thoughts? Knowing that you
Ah,
have all those other,
it would help us cut. That's for sure. We can always add them back at the end. It's on
so now
5 over.
your removal are a fight spell and a enchantment that makes them not attack or okay. and then those two like kill everything on the board. Okay. The shared routes. I know it's a lesson, but wouldn't you just rather draw a land at that point?
Yeah, I could. I
Or
was just thinking
you
if I
want to
couldn't get a
specifically
land.
find that one forest? Is that what your plan is?
Yeah, to find the one force that I would need for.
Here's a problem. You need the forest to play it.
Oh, that's smart. Okay.
Okay. If not, like that's just a dead card. Like every other, like the wall top sentries, it doesn't have to be played on turn three. Like that card, you want to play as soon as possible, so you get that extra land, you get that advantage. But if that's just a card for the, like that's what you need in order to activate all your green spells, is it that good? I don't know. And now that makes me think, like the Rocky Rebuke, right? Like that's the color we're splashing for. Is that worth splashing, or do we just add one of those cards we just cut because it's white? That's like our main color. I mean,
I don't know. Do I have anything else in white that can destroy?
the ones that we just cut, the 4 damage to attack and or defending the creature.
Those don't even show up anymore.
Because you have set to creature on the search bar.
Oh, shit. So that's one. Let's see if we have anything else for white.
What's that landfall creature do? Whenever a land you control enters, this creature gains flying until a turn. You gain 1 life. I mean, at 5 mana, it's kind of a lot, but the plane cycling, it's almost like it's a land itself. You play two, discard it, and you grab you grab a planes. I don't know if it's worth. Like we're trying to cut right now, but yeah, sorry. I think this Sandbender Storm is kind of decent.
Four greater.
Yeah, because you can either destroy a creature that's actually a problem, 4 greater, or you turn one of your lands into a 3 power creature, and that's an extra 3 that you needed to finish the game.
Good
I don't
point.
hate it. Okay. Oh, and then what's in your green? You were kind of. I mean, I guess we're just splashing green. What if we just stop here? What if we just play at 45? If there's any cards that are stuck in your hand that you really wish you didn't have, in the next game, make a note of it, and we just cut it. Now let's look at the multicolor lands. So if you hit the land and the gold at the same time, all right, cool. So white, green, definitely a pickup.
One or two.
Both, I think. And then we're not playing red, so we don't care about that. Just because the fact that you can like sacrifice it later on to get
Draw card.
a draw, yeah. So now we have to replace those, right? So maybe replace one for a forest and one for a plane. Okay. Those are slow lands though. They do enter the battlefield tapped.
We're
So.
taking this out.
No, because now like you don't like we have a way to kill something on turn. We don't like we never fixed the problem. I don't know. It could be good. Do we have a lot of creatures that are big enough to do that? I don't know. What do you think? Do you just think that Razor Ring is just better in general, or do you think that one's better?
Uh,
Razor Ring doesn't. So here are the pros and cons in my eyes. So Rocky Rebuke only works if you have creatures on the board. It's kind of finicky because if you do the targeting and they destroy your creature that you're using to do the like fighting with, it goes away. This one you don't have to have a creature, but they do have to have a creature that's attacking or blocking, and there's a possibility for you to gain life. I don't know. I think the more I think about it, Razor Ring makes more sense in my eyes. Especially since our main color is white. Thoughts?
I agree. we go.
What if this whole time I was just buying time to make my own deck so I could start at the same exact time as you?
I mean, that'd be pretty cool. We face off you on each other, and you just know exactly what you need to kill me. Oh, look, I'm playing Food
That's cool.
Killer.
You wish. We're not on the same league.
Yeah, no, I'm too high for you. My bad.
Oh shit. You're probably right. I've only played 2 games this whole season.
I haven't played any ranked yet. All right, so I got
I don't know.
greens, but
Pick
I
out.
didn't get any whites.
That sounds to me like you can't keep it, especially with 2 of your cards being a double white card.
But look, I
Oh,
got
I meant to tell
Qatar.
you to. Yeah, but what the? I mean, I guess if you draw white, you don't do anything for turn till turn 3. That's not good. The whole point of allies is that we're like we're hidden from the beginning. There we go. 1 drop into a maybe hopefully draw something better. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's gonna take one of the creatures, and you still get a little bit of life. It's okay. Easy. That was in itself a destroy 1 creature, gain 1 life card. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now we gotta think about what we're doing for the next turn.
Nothing.
Yeah. You definitely don't want to target her his thing with that card. I think you just play it again. Get the same exact cost. Now they're also playing white, so you gotta imagine that some of the stuff that you have is exactly what they have.
Yeah.
So, like they probably have a razor ring. Let's see what they want. All right, now that's a way for them to draw more cards than you. I mean it costs them 5 mana. But I don't think it's worth trading. You're still at 21 health. Like now that card can protect your Ang once you play your Ang. Or you can maybe the Rowdy Snowballer to tap their 2/2.
I don't have blue.
You attack him for 1. Oh no. I don't think it's worth this. Make the 2/2 go away with that. See, you didn't block, and now you have a blocker, and you're winning. 19 to 20, easy. Them blocking your little pig earlier was dumb. Unless they have an enchantment they didn't want you to get rid of. And there's that enchantment that they want you to get rid of. Fuck it, block. just if they, you guys keep just hitting each other one for one, you're gonna win this race at this point.
Yeah.
Now that you have blue and it's open, they might
I
be
think I'm a
giving us some
block.
kind of counter spell.
Yeah. I'm gonna block next turn.
I mean, you're winning the race. Make them have to deal with it, right? What the fuck? That was silly.
Thought I was gonna airbend that creature, but he creates another ally, so
Exactly, yeah. Good idea. Yep. Wait. Maybe.
too late.
I was gonna say it's probably worth playing that card with the playing the Rowdy Snowballer first. That way you can get in for an extra 1 damage, and then
Oh.
you that's a card you want to bring back. So maybe now.
I'm gonna airbend this guy. He's gonna cost one more, but I'll create an ally after I airbend with him.
Okay.
Cause this is 3. I'll have 2 left over, and I can put that in.
Cool.
I mean, push come to shove.
I don't. It still doesn't stop its ability, which is interesting
No.
that they did that. It's funny though. Like they're stuck with literally this 1/1.
I mean, realistically, I could play this.
Shoots up to one target and then airbend all of the creatures until your next turn. Your opponent can't cast. I don't know. I feel like that's you're ahead right now. You're doing 3 damage per turn. They can't even attack into your creatures. I think you're okay. Like chilling. Like you might not even have to play the Rowdy Snowballer. Like what does that do for you at the moment?
Anything really.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you get to keep up the Razor Ring. So like if you really wanted to destroy a creature that they like right now, for example, let's say they bring out a creature that they can block with, you can play the Razor Rings. But I think you do play the Earth. Yeah, I think you do play that guy first. Because if they have a Razor Ring in their hand right now, that's kind of what they're demonstrating. They have 2 white mana. That this creature's gonna save your Aang. That they're gonna try to. And then we just attack. Yeah, they can't do anything. They're just stuck. And I think you traded your ally for their card anyway. See, I told you. I read them like a book, bro. And you technically didn't even lose a creature because you just got a 1/1 out of for just playing that card. So like, yeah, they're so behind. It's not even funny. That was kind of a waste. Like they wanted you to force to destroy one of your creatures, but like.
Yeah.
And I think we kept that green card that gets traded in chat.
Oh look,
so
there's that troop. The land cycle.
They must say. Yeah, because they only have 4 lands. I wonder if they either have a second color that they haven't drawn the land for, or they just need it. Let's see. They keep it up top. I bet that. Yeah, I bet they played that for color land later. All right, here's your chance. If you attack with Aang. Oh, actually no! Don't even use the Razor Ring yet. You could play the Snowballer to tap the little flyer and just keep hitting them in the face. Like they're so behind. Like this is when you need to apply pressure. Like keep the pressure, and they need to start figuring out how to deal with your stuff. And you still have Razor Rings up, so. And you're even okay. You're probably okay just trading that 1/1 for their 1/1. Okay.
Wow.
Unless I get a flyer, you're gonna hit him again for 3. Like this is exactly what you want to be doing. It's just like Anytime that you do something, it should be throwing tempo in your direction. So just because you can play a card doesn't mean you immediately have to. You know what I'm saying? See, it became that much of a problem that they had to do that. And then at the end, before you end your turn, you can use that to draw a card. Now you can use Qatar. You could have made that one bigger, so it didn't die.
That's fine. Whatever.
Perfect. Don't use up all your mana yet because you might have to play Razor Ring. So if you use, okay, I think you still have enough mana. So you just make sure you keep it wide up. So the plan is here if they block with if they block something that could kill one of your creatures, then you use a Razor Ring to kill it. If not, then if you play the first time flyer now, then you can use Katara's ability. I guess that's it.
I should use this first.
Yeah, I think so because you can make a creature bigger. So right now, if you attack and they don't block anything, you're doing 8 damage. All you need is one more to kill it, to kill them. So that you can technically like boost up by 1 all your creatures. I think they're on. Yeah, you attack with everything, right?
I wait to blockers.
Can I see Katara's ability real quick? It just costs X, right? Okay. Yeah, just wait for blockers. X at the moment can be 3. If they don't block, they lose. Ooh, not the year go. You woke up and decided to be nasty today. All right, hold on. So we don't. So at this point, we don't even care if we lose a creature. We just want to win, right? So we're hitting with 2 creatures. That's 5. They have 4 health, so we just need 2 more on each creature for it to be a thing. So I think if we use Katara's ability for X equals 5, I think we win the game.
5, not 3.
Yeah, 5. Yeah. That makes like whether they kill our creature or not, like what they didn't. Yeah. Woo! Where are the sound effects? Hold on.
effects.
Yeah, but that's exactly how you're supposed to play that, bro. Like, don't waste your cards for like little one-ones and stuff like that. Like, put creatures down that they have to deal with. Like those flyers, like you just kept smacking them in the face. They couldn't do anything, and then like you forced them to block with creatures they probably didn't want to block because either that or they died. And look at that, they died anyways. Now, did you have any cards that were stuck in your hand that you probably want to cut?
Not really. I mean, I felt like holding on to those airbending cards were probably worth it because if I needed to, I could have airbended everything and kept Appa
Yep.
by himself. Um, or vice
Oh, that's
versa.
true.
I could have airbended and kept Katara by herself and then played
I,
Appa next. Because with
I
Appa, anytime you play a card from exile, you get a 1/1 ally. So by playing all those cards at 2 mana apiece, because even if I
Yeah,
did,
but if you
and
think about it, that Qatar, every time you play her, you get a. You probably don't want to keep that. There's no white mana. Every time you play her, you get an extra ally, and any extra creature. Oh, perfect lance. Any extra creature in your stack gives you an extra uh boost to power. You know. All right. So if we want to play creature heavy, then what's the Yip Yip do? It's probably that card in my opinion. Wait, Haku makes people discard cards. That's kind of cool. Oh, I love this. They went first, but they played a tap land. They pretty much wasted a turn. Now we have a creature on the play.
create a
I like it.
food or scry 2,
Yeah.
or do we do the counter?
Oh no,
Oh,
it's when it leaves the battlefield.
oh.
When it gets killed or it leaves the deck. But we definitely want to like maybe on two we play Master Paku in case they kill our
Oh,
creature.
he
Reveals their
chooses a
hand.
card.
That's okay. That's okay. That's not a big problem. They probably want to get rid of the two drop. Maybe. Yeah, they just wanted to get rid of your next turn. Because that way I was like, if they kill Momo, then at least you have something to play on. But that's okay. You can get a food. You can scry. Scry is pretty good too. Two scries is almost like a draw. And if we draw the Katara, we have the perfect land too. They just wanted for you not to have anything so they could play their discard. Alright, so we have 4 lands and they haven't played any creatures. So, what does the Gliders kids do? Can you hit view battlefield? Because I think the Glider kids give you another scry.
I
Okay,
want,
you probably just play the Avatar first, right? Avatar
yeah.
Enthusiast. And then that way when you play something else, you get a +1/+1 on it. And if that's the only removal that they have, the destroy things without counters, then I mean, if their plan is to just have removal central, you're pretty good. I mean, you got so many creatures. Maybe attack first, see if they block. If they do, use Razor Rings. Like, they don't know you have that in your hand. That's not one of the cards they've seen already. They probably know not to block. Are you willing to trade Aang?
I am, but
Maybe
Aang
we
will
don't even
die.
have to. Maybe we just hold up the Razor Ring. So what does Azula do? One day she attacks, she gets 2 mana, and then what else? Create a clue token. So here's like your options, right? Like you either hold the mana to use Razor Rings if they attack, or you play Glider Kids, which allows you to scry and make Avatar Enthusiast bigger.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it.
Okay. I don't know if there's any protect spells on the on the green side. There normally is at least one. Let's see if they have it. All right, make them have it. I guess if they have anything that gives them more than one defense, it
Yeah.
also works.
He also has 5 mana, so. 7 mana now.
And actually, by them attacking, their ability is to make them take 1 damage.
It's already seen Glider Kids.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. Do you have some kind of? I think you're probably okay without this land. Or do you need double blue for anything? Oh, you
No.
already have double blue. We need more white. Yeah. So even if we needed a land, that's the land we need. So yeah.
So since he has 5 mana, do we even attack or we just pass turn?
I mean, you gotta make them have it at a certain point, right? Is there? I don't know those creatures too well at the moment. What does that land do? Does that land turn into anything, or is it just a basic black green land?
Or just all basic lands?
Okay. I bet they're just gonna draw with their land. I don't. And if they do, like at least they used it on this, not Ang. I don't know. That's
That's a
my
good point.
mentality about it. Yeah.
Dang, the stream is really lagging. Stream is so
I have
behind.
the audio on, so I guess I didn't notice. Yeah, you're right. Let me refresh my page, see if that helps at all.
I refreshed too.
Yeah, it's still back. It's still where they had Azula on there. Um, you brought down the bitrate, right?
Yeah.
On your OBS in the very bottom, it tells you how many like kilobytes per second. What your bitrate is. What does it say? Is it over 6,000?
I'm on my screen.
OBS.
Oh, he destroyed all creatures. Didn't even peep that. Drop frames just says 0%.
Not drop frames. It should say.
Or else control
Um.
real quick.
Okay. Yeah, because stream is like frozen in one spot. No, let me see OBS.
Take my turn. See it?
Oh, 21 code. Yeah, you see how it's going from 2,000 to 4,000? That's
Kilobytes per
probably
second?
what's causing. Yeah, you see if you look over, yeah, if you look all the way to the left, it says encoding overloaded. So that might be, and you can't change that one. So if you want to make changes, you'll have to stop the stream. So if you want to do that, or you want to do that right now?
I'll do it after.
Yeah, you might have to go. Because right now you're streaming at 720, I think, right?
I'm gonna switch it back over. he had a 4-4, and I airbended it. Ooh.
Wait. You can trade with it. It costs two creatures. I don't know if it was worth it. I don't know what it does. So. Well, at least you could block the 7/7. I mean, you're
Yeah,
at
that
21
was.
health too. So. Oh
Yeah,
man.
he ramped up fast.
We ran out of gas. Oh no. That's alright. This is 9. We'll go down to 4. It's only another one that you control. Nice. Oh, it's Fibonacci Day. Yeah, I'd say you're in trouble right now.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can't block anything. I mean, I guess you could block the 7/7.
Just
I don't know. What are your options?
eat it or
One of your
block the
destroy
seven
all
seven.
creatures. Yeah,
Uh,
I know.
I have no cards.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like, what could you draw to get you out of this predicament?
Oh,
I'm thinking.
I could get the. I could have gotten the one card that says to.
Mm.
I could do the 7, but
So, do you have 5 more mana after that that you can exile it and get a 1/1? Because
yeah, I do.
that's not, but that's not good enough. 'Cause then you have to be able to block everything, absolutely everything, and you can't.
I could sacrifice
Um,
this and draw a card, but
but that costs you
that's
4 mana,
yeah.
and it really depends on when you draw. Technically 6 mana because you're also, I mean 5 mana because you're also getting rid of that.
Yep.
I think it's just over, buddy. You could draw just to see what your next card was. Put it there.
Go down swinging.
Well, you didn't swing. You
No,
went down taking it in the face.
at least I see it coming, oncoming. It's better than what I would have done in the past. I would have quit.
Wait, the second has to. I guess
No, but he has this card. He's just gonna do 1 damage.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's just
No, he
gonna.
plays other. Oh, he said create food. Oh, that card's unblockable now too. See, for more style points, it could have re- regained control and hit you with another damage, even though you die on the first one.
Not
But
another
keep it on the
one.
stack, just keep it on the stack just for